Rolling. Ready? 2, 3. Welcome back to the Ozark Music Shop Live. We are here at
Another
SPBGMA
live, yes.
Nashville. It is like happening, and this is the first of all of our live broadcasts we're going to be doing from the Music City Sheridan here
In Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, last time we saw you live was in Raleigh, North Carolina.
And we're not there now.
We are a little closer to home.
We are not in Raleigh. We are in Nashville, which is still not close to home, Jeremy. I don't know.
We
if you
went to
noticed
Raleigh
this.
thinking this was there, and then figured out it's in Nashville, so we had to turn around and come
We're over
back.
7 hours from home. We are
Yes.
not at home. So we are glad to be here. There are tons of great acts. You guys know, everybody's been asking me already, SPBGMA, what is it? SPBGMA, Society for the Preservation of Bluegrass Music in America. I think
They
that's
could have
correct.
shortened it a little bit, but
And I don't know how that
We're going with
spells
SPBGMA.
SPBGMA, but it does. And, so anyway, we are here at the convention. It is lots of music all weekend long. We are excited to be part of it.
Yes.
I hope you guys are going to love it.
we've got the booth set up, and we got a great way to kick it off.
That's right. We said
Speaking
if
of
we're
the
going to be
guys
in
that are at
Nashville,
home.
we are going to have the most Nashville people I know right here. They're going to be right behind
Legends.
us, actually. These
Legends
are the
of
legends.
Nashville.
They've written more songs. Is that right? Written? Is that a word?
Yes, I think that's correct.
I'm going to say we wrote. I don't know. They were
Lots of really good songs.
They
Both of us right now.
they know how to put words together. I do not. Anyway, I am really excited. I called Larry Cordle first, and he's in the center here. And Carl Jackson and Jerry Salley. These are truly some of the greatest songwriters and my favorite songs in the entire world.
I've grown up listening to
That's
their
right.
songs
So-
and trying to learn and sing their songs, so this
right.
is very exciting.
So we're going to take a quick commercial. We will be back with these guys right here. They're going to be on here. So be ready for it, and we will see you in just a few minutes. Well, just a...
Hey, I'm Jason Chapman, and I run a music store with my brothers, John and Jeremy.
People are always asking, what is it like to be in a family business? Well, I've been in a band with my family for the last 28 years.
And if that wasn't enough, we recently opened a music shop. Since opening the shop, we found that the people that come through the door are just about as unique as the instruments they carry.
And now, since they gave us a TV show,
We leave the cameras running, and there's always something going on at the shop.
When you hear them old sad songs, do you hang on every word? Do you swear a crying fiddle is the sweetest sound on earth? Do you feel a kindred spirit to the sound of pouring rain? Does your heart start to yearning when you hear a distant train? If you'd like to take that train and ride someone left behind, you don't need a watch to tell you you're on the Lonesome Standard Time. Do you sit alone and think about an old love from the past? Do you feel a bit more empty every time you raise your glass? If the memory of her kisses sends a shiver up your spine, you don't need the wind to tell you you're on a Lonesome Standard Time. Now when you hear them old sad songs, do you hang on every word? Do you swear a crying fiddle is the sweetest sound on earth? If you shudder at the music of who down in the pines, you're on Lonesome Standard Time. lays a bigger clock ticking. It crosses every zone. First time your own heart broke, that's the time you turned it on. It don't never need a winding, 'cause if it works like mine, there ain't no doubt about it. You're on a lonesome standard time. Now when you hear them old sad songs, do you hang on every word? Do you swear a crying fiddle is the sweetest sound on earth? If you shudder at the music of who down in the pines, you're on a lonesome standard time. If you shudder at the music of who down in the pines, well, you're on a lonesome standard time.
Two, one.
This all started with a passion. Music has been a part of our lives for as long as I can remember.
Our goal from the start was to have an outlet where we could feel that passion in others.
At the Acoustic Shop, this is not just what we do, it's who we are. We're chatting. This is the easy part. And then we'll go to commercial break. You guys get to go second. We're on? We're live! I was just told right now we're live. We are back, and look, I can hear me out there. I can already tell. We are back with the Ozark Music Shop live. These are three of my favorite songwriters in the entire world, and I mean that. You guys have been heroes of mine since we started as the Chapmans, and I am so glad to have been able to call on you and make you guys come out and do this. So thank you guys for being forced to do this.
Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking.
Seriously, I called Cordle up and said, hey, would you come out and do it? This guy's written more hit songs. I got to know your music with Ricky Skaggs. That was some of my first intro to some of your songs. And then I got to know you and your dad. Your dad was one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Me too.
And I bet. And he was so nice to me as a young guy learning how to play. And then, of course, you've written so many songs. And then Jerry's got two of my favorite sad, heartbreaking, death type songs. And I love that stuff. That's my favorite. So you guys have been playing together as a trio for how many years now?
Oh, a lot of years.
30 plus.
30 plus, yeah.
Yeah. And so what is you just get together and go, check out this song I wrote? Is
No,
that
we
how
only
this
get
all
together
works?
when we do TV. That's
And we did start when we were 11 too.
11, really? That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome.
We only do live stream now. We don't do anything else.
Well, I mean, that's really good because a lot of people don't get up with the technology that's happening nowadays.
TikTok. We're going for TikTok.
You're going for TikTok. Wow. I can't wait for you guys all to subscribe to Cordle's TikTok. I think you will all enjoy that very, very much. No, but seriously, how did you guys get connected as, obviously you probably wrote together and did some stuff, but then how did it become a performing thing?
Answer that. It just kind of slid into that area.
Carl and I were working for Ricky at
Yeah.
Welk Music, for Lawrence Welk's music company, who Ricky had partnered with. And I had done a few little shows in town, just I didn't know anybody much, and I wanted to get out and play some. And Carl I'd met when he was out working with Ricky. Carl knew Jerry.
Carl and I had been writing together.
Yeah. Before that.
And
And
actually, I
Jim
met
Rushing
everybody.
was part of our group.
Yep, I remember that.
Who we all learned from.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mentor,
really, I mean, the nuts
mentoring,
and bolts
yeah.
of being the Nashville kind of thing. I mean, we had what we did, all of us collectively, but Jim was a great mentor of mine and Carl's and Jerry's.
Yeah.
You know,
We
so-
call him the old professor.
Oh, there you go. Does he enjoy that? That's what
He does.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
good. I just want to make sure.
Absolutely.
quite does.
Absolutely does.
People started calling me old lately, and I don't seem to care for it
I was
all.
going to
as
say,
much.
I don't know, you guys talking about learning our songs while you were growing up. I mean, that made me feel a little old. I don't know about you boys.
Well, I am old, so I didn't think anything about it.
But you guys have been performing, and you've all had acts and play. I mean, was it all a start in bluegrass music, or was it country music? Where was? I'm pretty sure with you guys it was kind of bluegrass
Kind of started with songs.
songs.
Yeah,
I'm
we
with you on
just
that.
we write songs, and we hope they fall where they may. You know, don't rarely particularly just try to. Okay, we're going to write a bluegrass song, or we're going to write a country song. You know, occasionally we're going to write a gospel song. You know, but again, not particularly
And
pointed.
back in the day too, when we started writing together, and we were all in Nashville, the songs we were writing were traditional country songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came to town to write for George Jones, Merle Haggard, and Glenn Campbell, people like that, and so some of those songs are today's bluegrass.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
bluegrass is today's
It
country
is
music,
totally
basically.
happening.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Well, I mean, you guys, seriously, if you haven't looked at the catalog of these three writers, you really need to, because they've written some amazing things. And I'm not exaggerating that at all. I hope you all understand how much I love your guys' song and singing. It's been great. One thing my dad wanted me to make sure to do, I told him, I said, we're going to have Carl on there. He says, you going to make him play banjo? I said, I don't know if he's going to want to do that or not, but also a fabulous banjo player. You guys have all produced a bunch of albums. You've done so much in this music industry. And I'm so glad that you were able to spend a little bit of time with us here tonight. We're going to get them to do, each one of them is going to do one of their tunes, and I'm really excited to hear them all. Normally, you know, me and Jeremy try to mess up whoever is the acting here. I said, we're not going to do that this time. We're going to let them do their own thing. So thanks so much for being with us here. And
Thanks for having us.
yeah,
Tom.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
This is my, God, you don't even know how much I'm excited about it.
Thank you.
Anyway, we're going to take another break here, and then we will be back, and we will hear some more music from these guys.
All right.
The meanest clinch mountain backstep ever.
Louisville, Mississippi is where it all began. He was sauntering down the sidewalk, she was standing there with friends. The world stopped for a moment as they caught each other's eye. A few words changed between them and the sparks began to fly. So begins the best love story in the world of Lee and Ruby Pearl. Just a few days later, he got a bright idea to drive Uncle Jim's old truck to find her right off Highway 25. Saw a young boy by the mailbox, so he rolled his window down. He said, I wonder if you'll help me this past Saturday in town. I met this pretty little freckled red-haired girl. Her name was Ruby Pearl. The boy replied, my name is Junior. I guess I'll help you out. You're a jabbering about my sister. She's back up toward the house. But before we close the deal here, there's a little string attached. I kinda like the wheels you're sporting. You're gonna have to take me back. Lee said, hop in, I'll take you for a whirl. If you'll take me to Ruby Pearl. Romeo loved Juliet. Lancelot loved Guinevere, and yet when the final curtain falls, I'll bet that the story told the most around the world will be of Lee and Ruby Pearl. In the fall of 1950, the two became as one. And 3 years down the road, the Lord picked me to be their son. Then on the 15th of November, 1958, a little precious angel daughter came down through heaven's gate. We were blessed to be brought into this old world by Lee and Ruby Pearl. Romeo loved Juliet. Napoleon loved Josephine, and yet when the final curtain falls, I'll bet that the story told the most around the world will be of Lee and Ruby Pearl. He was a carpenter, a milkman, an engineer, and drove a bus. He drew a mini company paycheck, but he owned and worked for us. She was mostly a homemaker, seamstress, nurse, and master chef, who spent her whole life planning what to do for someone else. Now after all these years together, we'll carry on somehow by accepting Jesus missed them just as much as we do now. You see, we didn't really lose them, 'cause we know where they stand, on the far side banks of Jordan, drawing pictures in the sand of their family, their friends, their boy and girl, Lee and Ruby Pearl. Romeo loved Juliet. Johnny and June we won't forget. But when the final curtain falls, I'll bet that the story told the most around the world will be of Lee and Ruby Pearl.
Get ready to go back. I know.
7 seconds.
I know.
Right now?
Yeah.
What are
I
you
mean,
doing,
you gotta.
What you doing, son?
I'll introduce you. We on?
I have no idea where the cable went.
What's he doing?
Life to my days.
Oh, Life of My Days. All right.
All right, we're live.
Easy.
We're gonna have to do one more song and we'll get that going. Yeah, it was a quick change. Right?
Yeah, man. That's yeah.
We're this all on the fly, man. We can't
This is
mess
true.
around.
Oh yeah.
This is Jason and his crew.
Dude.
Jason and Trent, man, they run a.
You guys are trying to
ship.
copy Larry's country down.
Except they're way more
You
slick
know they
than we
got a
are.
reverse on the camera. You do know that.
Do they? A reverse?
They do.
We don't have it. We do it live.
No,
man.
I'm telling you what.
We're gonna get one more back in here. They've all taken turns, in case you haven't noticed, and now it's Jerry's turn. And I got a quick story. I'm gonna tell this real quick before we start on this song. Okay. It was actually here at SPBGMA. I was going by a room, and there was this guy singing in this room, and it was Jerry. I'd never met him before. I'd never seen him before, but he played this song. It was He Carried Her Memory Too Far. Is that right? Is the title?
That's right.
That song, I was walking by the hall, and it knocked me out. I've been brought to tears by songs before, but that one, just you singing it, you and a guitar, still to this day, probably one of my favorite moments ever in music, and I absolutely love it. So
Thanks, John.
anyway,
That's sweet.
I know I'm serious. It's totally true. But anyway, we'll get these guys back for one more. Jerry's going to do one of his songs, so tell them what you want to do.
I'm gonna do a little song. When I finished this song, I immediately thought of Doyle Lawson, because even at his age now, he still does about 200 dates a year up and down the road, and puts a lot of life into every day he lives. So when I finished it, he was the first one I sent it to, and I was really hoping he'd like it, and he did, and he recorded it and made it a #1 song for us. So this is my version of a song I wrote called "Life to My Days." I think this is how we should all live our lives, right? I wish we all could live at least until we're 90, without any aches and pains or a cloudy mind. I wish everyone could taste the kind of love they dream of finding, and get to see their ship come sailing in at least one time. I've been around enough to know that ain't the way it always goes. So if I'm one of those travelers whose journey gets cut short, and leave the ones I leave behind, wishing I had more time, all I can say is I can't add more days to my life, so I'll add more life to my days. Well, today when I get home from work, I ain't jumping on that mower. Gonna grab my boy and his Zebco, that old yard can wait. And later on tonight, I'll kiss his mama and I'll show her that she still gives me butterflies like she did on our first date. Well, these moments won't last long. We blink and then they're gone. So if I'm one of those travelers whose journey gets cut short, and leave the ones I leave behind, wishing I had more time, all I can say is I can't add more days to my life, so I'll add more life to my days. Gonna take that trip to Sanibel, spend a week or two this summer, keep the TV off and wrestle with the kids. Call my mama up just to hear her voice and say I love her. Someday I'll never get that chance again. So if I'm one of those travelers whose journey gets cut short, and leave the ones I leave behind, wishing I had more time, all I can say is I can't add more days to my life, so I'll add more life to my days. No, I can't add more days to my life, so I'll add more life to my days.
For an acoustic instrument, the Acoustic Shop is the place you want to go. The Acoustic Shop, we've been open about 4 years now and have been nominated Top 100 Dealer at NAMM Show for 2 years now.
At the Acoustic Shop, we mainly focus on acoustic music instruments and the accessories that go with them. Guitars, mandolins, banjos, basses, and accessories and the lessons and repairs that go along with those. It's something that we've been passionate about for the last 28 years of our lives, playing in a family band growing up. Then we opened a all-acoustic music store in Missouri to help fill the needs of people that are more focused on just that niche of the genre.
With us having all those years on the road, it's really helped us to find the right instrument for the right person. When somebody calls us or comes into the shop, we can actually talk to them and know exactly what kind of instrument would be the best fit for them. And I think that's just something that we bring that a lot of people can't.
Started out teaching lessons before we even opened the shop, so that is something that has been a passion of ours for the last 15 years.
I believe we've said this is where the pros teach, and I truly believe this is where the pros teach.
At the acoustic shop, this isn't just what we do, this is who we are.
So if you're wanting to learn how to play the banjo, the fiddle, the mandolin, guitar, the acoustic shop's the place for you. We're back. I want to thank
How
these
awesome was
guys.
that?
I know,
That was-
this is like the most awesome thing. Yeah,
might
well,
as
it
well.
is my back right there.
We might as well cancel the rest of the
The rest of the
weekend.
weekend is closed. We're done. I hope you guys enjoyed our SPBGMA trip. I'm going home. I don't know if you guys know this or
We're
not.
setting up for that right there. So.
The Kansas City Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. I don't know. You guys may not care, but I care. And I'm going home on Sunday, no matter what. Jeremy doesn't. He's a Denver fan. No count for taste.
Okay, Wildcats play tomorrow.
Well, whatever.
I will be in front of that.
We were so honored to have them in
Yes,
here.
that was
You guys,
incredible.
I'm serious. This is kind of a dream come true for me to be able to hang out and talk about this kind of stuff.
That's the great thing about the show is we can force people that don't normally want to hang out with
That's
us to come and
exactly
hang out for 3 songs, and then we even tie them down with microphone cables, and they can't
That's right.
go anywhere.
I forgot to mention this. Jerry just came back from the Grammys. He's got a new record label, Billy Blue Records, right? That's right. And they got all kinds of great
We
acts.
have a lot of nominees this week. We have
You do.
19 nominations from our label this weekend.
That's right.
Wow.
Pretty exciting.
That is killer. That's a lot. So he just came back, and he's actually got the coronavirus. So in case you were wondering, I hope you guys enjoyed getting sick from that.
It was still worth it.
From
right
a
there.
typewriter. It's all good. He's been cutting limes all week. It's been great. Anyway, we are glad you guys came and visited with us here on the old World Wide Webs. If you haven't had a chance yet, subscribe to YouTube, the Ozark Music Shop, as well as the Acoustic Shop.
Yeah.
And as well Facebook pages both. We have our live counter that is
Which
dead
has
right
been
now.
disconnected right now,
That's
but-
right. So we'll be doing that. And I need to. Huh? Oh yeah, I got to mention our sponsors. We have Silver Dollar City. We want to thank them so much. It's their 60th anniversary, and Preston Thompson Guitars, both for being able to do this event here. And
we do have a lot of good acts. We're not going
right.
to go home.
No,
but
we're not.
This was a great.
Keep
If we were going
watching.
home, it would still been worth it.
That's right.
Are you going to tie them down too?
Yes, we are. We're going to tell them
That's
that.
our plan. That's a secret.
Anyway, thank you all so much for being with. Thank you guys for
Yes,
being
thank
with
you
us,
guys.
and we will see you on the next episode of the Ozark
Thanks so
Music
much.
Shop.
Good to see you guys. Appreciate it.